Hello, everybody. Hey, I'm live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is you're tuning in from. Today, I'm going to be talking about baggage. So, I watched a program, and I don't know whether you've seen it, called Love Is Blind. Yeah, I absolutely love that series. I think they're on series 6 at the moment, and they're coming towards the end of it. So they were the episode that I watched yesterday was the one when they go to the altar and then they have to say yes whether they want to get married or no if they don't want to get married. And the particular couple that I've been following was AD and I think Carl. Is his name Carl? I think it's Carl. AD and Carl. Anyhow, they got as far as the altar because many people didn't get that far this season. Some of the seasons in the past, at least they've got to the altar and said yes or no. At this point, many people pulled out before the end. I'm so sorry if you've not seen it and you want to watch it. This may be a spoiler, so you may not want to watch this episode. But if you're not bothered about Love Is Blind or you've watched it already or you don't mind about what I'm going to say, then keep watching me. So anyway, so they got to the altar and she was like, I think it was probably 70-30 that they were both going to say yes because there was a lot of things that they had gone through and that the relationship seemed quite deep and things. And actually, so she was 100%, yep, this is my man, this is my person, I found my person, let's go. So she was like, yep. All the families were there. So you can imagine the whole setting, the guy's family, the woman's family, they were there. She was at the altar. He was there. They were both smiling at each other. He was saying how beautiful she looked and she was saying how handsome he was, all that kind of stuff. So it was definitely a sure thing in the bag. So, obviously with Love Is Blind, they kind of fall in love in the pods, i.e. they fall in love without seeing themselves. And then they go on this, to this paradise place where they actually get to just do one-on-one time with each other. And that's usually okay. But where it starts to get really difficult is when they've got to go back into their real life, into their normal life, how they used to do life before they went into the pods. And then the kind of relationships get strained a bit. But they seem to have worked out any issues. There was nothing really major that they showed us on TV that they had that you'd think, oh my gosh, these people are not going to make it to the end. And in fact, you thought as you saw them going through that they were going to get stronger and stronger each time. And they got to the altar and, so the guy goes on, so now would you say if you want to go ahead and get married, say yes or no? So AD went first and she was just she did her speech and everything. She looked kind of fly as well. She, she was in a white wedding dress with a huge slit down the side. Very, 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 very sexy. She was like, yep, 100%, this is my man. This is the person. And then it got to him. And then he's like, I don't think I can say yes. Huh? She's like, what the pee? Because she's like, I never saw this coming. It was me and you. It was me and you all the way through. It was life was going to be on track. We were going to do things together. You own a business, I own a business. We connect some merch and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, I don't think I can go ahead. Because he's like, well, I don't think it's going to be fair to you because I still got some work I need to sort out. I still got a whole lot of baggage that I need to sort out that I haven't sorted out in my whole life. And I've just started to sort it out. And I don't think I'm ready for marriage. It was just like a bombshell. Even I was just like, oh my word. I was crying for her because can you imagine that? That would be the worst thing ever. But the most interesting thing was they actually got some airtime with the parents. And if you backtrack a little bit, they both come from divorced parents. And his dad actually, I think, had an affair with another woman over his mum. So I think that's why they that's why they got divorced, and probably other things as well, because she said his mum said to the dad, "You did not treat me well at all." So Lord knows what he must have done in that relationship. But one of the biggest things that, I think his name is Carl. I hope his name is Carl. If it's not Carl, I'm so sorry. It's Adrian somebody else. I should know the name really. But anyway, what he was saying was that he had to keep secrets from his mum, because there were scenarios when he would see his dad with this other person and he wasn't able to tell his mum. And that really impacted him, because like for him, it was like he was keeping this secret from his mum, who he loved, about his dad, who he also loved. And how it played out is that he's got a lot of love for his dad. He's got obviously a lot of love for his mum, but there's something in him that's been impacted, which means that he now has got this fear of commitment. So even though he met probably the woman of his dreams and what have you, he can't commit to her because he's afraid of, what if it doesn't work out? What if what if he cheats on her, for instance? What if all these kind of things, and what if he hurts her? And he was trying to work that out in his head. And one of the things that his mum said to the father was, you need to apologize to your son. You need to not only apologize to your son, but you also need to let your son know that the things that you did were not okay. That the things that you did, you're not proud of. That the things that you did is not something that he should try and follow. And also that he has got the ability not to go in the same manner as his father went. And he can actually have a happy marriage with the woman that he loves. And also that, to allow him to move forward in life and actually have a good life. Because at this point, if that doesn't happen, and the son doesn't go through counseling and what have you, the likelihood is he's not going to get married. And if he does get married, he's not going to navigate his marriage home well. But what was also interesting was the father was actually in tears, saying that, he wasn't raised properly either. He did not have a good role model. So the point is, what I'm trying to say is that, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, because, hey, I'm not in their lives. I'm just watching. But it's this ripple effect. It's this ripple effect where, all the way down the generations, there's been baggage. And that baggage gets carried from one generation to another generation, to another generation, to another generation, until somebody stops it and goes, you know what? This is not right. This is not how it's supposed to be. I do not want another person in this family line to have to go through the baggage that I've had to carry, because not only am I carrying my baggage, I'm carrying everybody else's baggage before me, because none of them decided they were going to drop the baggage. So who is it that's going to drop it and go, I'm not carrying this baggage anymore. This is not my story. This is not in my story. My story is going to be different. My story is not going to be a story of divorce. My story is not going to be a story where my marriage is not going to thrive. This is not going to be my story. My story is not the story that I'm going to be broke forever. My story is not the story that I'm going to be full of depression. My story is not the story that I'm going to have anxiety for the rest of my life. That is not my story. And it's just like, when I watched it on TV, I was just like, wow. I was like, so many parents need to apologize to their kids, They need to apologize to their kids for what they put their kids through. Not on purpose. I'm not saying that you guys did it on purpose. Hey, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that with the best intentions, parents, there's always going to be something that, we're going to think, I wish I'd done that better. With the best intentions, let alone when you do something and it wasn't right. When it wasn't right, but you think you can brush it off. You don't think you can have the conversation with your child about it. You do have to. If you really want your child to do well in life, and if you really want that whole, that whole generational crap to stop, it starts with you. It starts with you going to your child and laying it all and letting them know, actually, you know what? I did wrong. What I did is wrong. really don't follow in my footsteps. I don't want you to follow my footsteps. I actually want to break it off right now. And I want you to have the life that you deserve in whatever area that is. Because if we don't stop it, it's just going to keep going from generation to generation to generation to generation. And what it is going to get heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. And then you'll just suddenly find that one person at one point will just crack. And nobody knows why they've cracked. Like, why did they crack? Because they had a whole lot of baggage that they've been carrying from not their baggage, your baggage, and not your baggage, the baggage before, and not their baggage. You get my drift. I think I get a little bit too emotional sometimes over these things. I need to calm down. Jeez. I really need to calm down. Okay, so, but you get my drift. Yeah, and that's why I call this baggage, because it's like too many people are carrying too much baggage. And if that's you today, if you're carrying baggage, if you feel like there are things in your life that are just not going right, and you're thinking and you're wondering, why does it feel so hard? Why is it so difficult? Why can I not commit? Why do I keep getting depressed? Why am I always anxious? Why am I always broke? All these things could be because you're carrying baggage. And if you want to let go of the baggage, drop it, put it in the hands of Jesus, and walk. Don't pick it back up again. Drop the baggage. It's safe to drop it. Just put it down. Put it down and walk. And sometimes it might be difficult to do that, and sometimes you need counseling. I keep saying that I believe that most people on this planet need to see a counselor at least once in their life, honestly, and then decide whether you want it or not. I think it should be in every curriculum. It should be, not because we're saying, not by the time when you realize that you're broken and you need fixing, but right at the core, to be able to make sure that nothing that is not of you sinks in. And the earlier we can do it, the better. The earlier we can get to the position where we are telling kids that, you know what, you're awesome. You're brought up for more. You're created to do more. There's nothing that you cannot achieve if you want to. I saw this video on YouTube and it was just so cool. And it was this father and daughter, and the daughter was on the table, and the dad was like saying, jump, jump to me and I'll catch you. And she was like, oh no, Daddy, I don't think I can do it. And he's like, jump, jump, jump. And she's like, oh no, I'm too scared. And then he just says, you can do it. You can do it. And he was just like really letting her know that there's nothing that she cannot do. Anything that she wants to do, she can do it. And he was just telling her this over and over and over and over and over again. And she's like, do you really think I can do it, Daddy? And he's like, yes, you can do it. You can be anything that you want to be. You can be anyone that you want to be. And you know what? She jumped and he caught her. And I thought, that's how it's supposed to be, That's how it's supposed to be. It's like knowing that you are safe is so important. So it's time to get rid of the baggage. For some of you, that's going to mean pick up the phone and call a counselor. For some of you, it's going to mean get into the Bible, read some more. For some of you, it's just going to be picking up the phone and having a chat with your parents and just saying, I need you to tell me. I'm old enough, I can take it. Tell me. And honestly, whatever route you take, I can assure you that your burden is going to be lighter. But God is the only one out of all that can just take it all away. So even after you've done all these things, put it in the hands of God. Let him take it away, and not only take it away, but replace it with what he has for you. He says, his burdens are light. You can put all your burdens onto him. Cast it all onto him. He says, cast all your burdens onto Jesus. He can take it all. He can take it all. And whatever he's going to give you back, for sure you'll be able to carry. Because there's nothing God gives you that you cannot carry. Do that divine exchange. Give him your baggage and let him give you his love and his peace and his grace and all these things that lift you up, that make you lighter. You know, we don't want to just be grounded on the ground. We want to be lifted up, elevated. The only way we can do that is one, drop our baggage, and two, let Jesus elevate us to the level that he wants to elevate us to. So that's it for today. If you haven't watched Love is Blind, go watch it. Go watch it, honestly. It's cool. I like it, enjoy it. Season 1 for me was still the best. Hands down, season 1, hands down. But you know what? Hey, they're all good. Take care and remember that God loves you. He loves you so much. He loves you. There's nothing that you cannot do that's going to increase or decrease the love that God has got for you. And also, guess who else loves you? I love you. But you know what? God's love is way more than I can give you. So if you're going to choose between the two, choose God's love. And before I go, actually, I want to let you know, I have launched my book club. I have got a book club, and it is, you can find it at claraalexander.com. So if you go to www.claraalexander.com, and if you scroll down, you can click on the link and join my book club. In the book club, you can post any book that you've read. If you're a book lover or book novice, whatever it is, post any book that you've read. And then, you know, we can comment on it, we can share it. And every month we go in and we kind of like, we do a book read. Well, not a book read, because you can do it audio, because I love audio books, so I always do everything audio. So whether you've got audio or paperback or hardback or Kindle, we put a book of the month and we go through that book throughout the month, and then we discuss it on a Monday. So yeah, we discuss it on a Monday evening, and it's great. It's 1 hour's worth of discussion. So yeah, if you want to join our book club, then join it. At the moment, we are reading Stephen Furtick's Do the New You. So yeah, that will be awesome. It's open, so go www.claraalexander.com to join the book club. Hope to see you in there. Take care. Bye.